hold on. Judge is in session. What is the problem here?
You put my stuff in Jell-O again. That's real professional. Thanks. This is the third time and it wasn't funny.
Jell-O, I love it. All right, this morning in The Buzz, it is April Fool's Day. Patrick and I have already had the pranks played on us, but watch out for your staplers today because office pranks are running rampant on this kind of a day. In fact, we asked you guys on Facebook if you've ever pulled any great pranks, and from wallpapering someone's office door to moving people's furniture, we get some great responses, including this one from Jen Clark Curry. She says, we told the kids that because it was April Fool's Day, we would have dessert before dinner. So she served these fabulous cupcakes, but they were made out of meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and cheese frosting. I'm sure her kids loved those cupcakes.
That's great. Very creative, too.
I'm sure we've all had our share of pranks over the years. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Michaela, what do you have for one that you've either played or gotten done on you?
Okay, I lived in a suite with 5 of my best friends, so we were always kind of pulling just silly pranks on each other. So one April Fool's Day, my roommate in particular, she had a class earlier than I did. So while she was gone, I woke up earlier. Me and another one of my suite mates took every piece of her furniture and moved it into our common room. Set it up just like her room, like attached the computer, set up, built the bed back up, put the stuff underneath it. We moved the couches into my, like her side of the old room, and it stayed like that for like 2 days. She walked in and she was just like, I'm late for another class. Does her stuff on the computer. I mean, it was, she had this
just rolled with it?
Yeah, it was, as soon as you walk through the door, it's like, that's her room. And she spent a night out there, and just because she didn't want to deal with bringing it back in.
That's elaborate. What about you, P. Little?
Very good. This happened when I worked in TV in New Hampshire. I don't know if we were working together at the same time up there, but it was when I started doing sports on the weekend mornings. And they just, I was probably 23 or whatever.
We got to find an air check because you would not believe this guy's voice back then. It was like an octave higher.
It was. Yeah. It was like 98 when I finally hit puberty.
Yeah.
But I was looking. I started the sportscast, and it's a tight shot of just me, and I was like. And I was reading it, but without voicing it.
Oh no!
Just and the person, the director, and the audio, and the people that are directing and doing the audio in this show, I can know how mad they'd get. But here I was right out of college, just young little wise, you know what?
Oh
and I did that for like the first script and a half.
Yeah.
Let's just say the boss wasn't happy with my little. I said April Fools, and like, what's this 21-year-old kid doing? Joke? Read the sports.
Yeah, they don't like it when the rookies do stuff like that.
No.
My brothers and sister did one, I believe it was an April Fool's, I'm almost positive it was April Fool's. We had a light in the back of our shed, and it was a sensor light, but I didn't know that because I was a little dim some days. So they told me that if I went outside and I clapped my hands and went, light on, it would like go on. So I remember
like the clap on
going out to the shed, I'm like, light on, and then it came on. And they did it. Why is my hair doing this? This weird thing, but they're just like sitting in the house laughing at me as I go, light on. It was a motion light.
That's pretty great.
Isn't it funny when Danielle tells stories and entertains herself? Like you tell her, watch it. Okay.
I know, but I can just picture my brothers in the house just looking out the window as I'm out there. Light on, light on. I thought it was a good one. See, I could never play it. I tried to do one on people at school. Like I came to school with my arm.
She's on a roll. Let her go, Michaela.
In a sling, and I was like, oh, I broke my arm, and they're like, oh, whatever. Like I can never do it to other people, but people do it to me every year, repeatedly. I'm sure there's probably going to be another one played on me later in the show. Yeah. So why are you looking at me?
Do the light on thing one more time.
Light on.
I think it's the voice too that makes it. Apparently, when Danielle was younger, she sounded like an old man.
Courtney! Text center. Oh, it didn't work. Text center. Oh, that didn't work.
One more time. Text center. I'm waiting. I'm here. You guys all right over there? I'll take it away for you. Okay, so we're talking about today's Buzz on the live blog. I'm asking them, do you like April Fool's Day? Have you had any pranks played on you? So we'll head over to the live blog first. And Jean says, I always try to do an April Fool's prank, but they never work, and I always fall for them. Smokey Wolf says, I know people always get me when they do pull something. Here's the poll right underneath the live blog. What do you think of April Fool's Day? A, I always fall for it and feel like a fool. B, I never fall for it. It's
so lame, and C, either way, I love it. And we have a couple of comments on our Facebook page this morning, and Adam Thoreau says it's always fun to fill someone's car with packing peanuts, fill it to the brim, or not at all. And Patricia Fargley says it's okay as long as it isn't me. She says, I love this show this morning. So do we. It's fun. We love theme shows here on the Rhode Show, but I will be back at the end of the show with those poll results to see if you guys are actually pranksters out there. But we're